Season 2, Season 2, Quarantine, Season 2, Sessions with Manu and Archive. Manu and Archive. Season 2. Season 2. Season 2. Right.
Hi to everyone. We are on a new season. We don't have a video like remembering the last chapters and what it happens on the last season, but to the ones didn't know what we are doing and who we are just two friends. I'm Nanuk from Spain, and he's Archive.
Well, Archive from South Africa.
Yeah,
Greetings.
and we are two friends and DJs and level managers that since this quarantine times begins, we decide to make these public chats and talk a bit about our situation and some histories we have, and we begin to invite some friends to join us. And well, we have some fun, and I don't know, for the next hour and a half, we will try to talk a bit, explain you what is happening here right now, because the shit is not ending at all. And we will have some guests, and we will have also our start guest and super friend is George Outer Signal. And that's it. Hello to everyone, and thanks. Please join us, and will be killer if you write us on the chat or what else. I will be checking on XGen chat, and archive is on archive.
As well as on the MMD. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. We'll try administer and actually moderate the best of our abilities between us. So if you guys have any questions, please let us know. But yeah, how things your side, Manu? It's been 2 months since we had one of these quarantine night session chats.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of things have changed in the world, but then a lot of things kind of stay the same. How are things in Spain?
Well, here is complicated to to explain. We are on a like we when we make the last program, the last show, we was going to end these phases, and we was going to be kind of free again, okay? But since that, we got like 2 good weeks, but after that, it becomes again these infections and a lot of tests, and some people is dying again or is going to the hospital, and I don't know how to say it. It's not that bad the situation as we had it before, but it looks like things is going worse. You know, instead of going better, it's going worse. Our governors, and not only us, in all Europe, these small groups of people infected are around everywhere. So they are like approving more strong laws about how many people can be in Spain. They close all the night business, and all the restaurants should close also before and make even more limitations, because I don't know if it's fair, because isn't it, to tell you the truth, but on the news and on the papers and everyone is like saying that this is the fault of young people and nightclubs and discos and everything. So it's a really bad future for all of us and for the young people, because their solution is always cut our freedom and cut our rights to do stuff or to join people and to dance and to, man, it's crazy. We are going to a point, a lot of the people is working on the night will disappear, because if now it's 6 months, 5 months, we are on this situation, and it will continue, and especially for us, it will continue, and there is no plans to help us or give us some money or discounts on the taxes, the discos pay, or the labels, or the, I don't know. Everyone is involved on this kind of wall. Man, we are fucked on that. To tell you the truth, it's a dark future coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty rough here. We seen basically since when last we spoke, and you got rid of the beard. number one.
Yeah, finally.
We pretty much have had most of, as far as South Africa goes, we had most of our social liberties taken away. As a matter of fact, we just had an announcement yesterday that we'll actually be dropping to level 2, which will permit domestic flights between provinces. Um, we had our alcohol and our cigarettes basically taken away since when last we spoke. And that's going to be coming back into practice. A lot of the businesses will be opening up. We're still going to have a curfew set, this time I think between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. So, yeah, is it doing better? I don't know. I mean, they're trying to obviously numb the public to whatever is going on from the political standpoint. But, whatever, at the end of the day, I kind of accept the fact that we're probably still going to have a second or third wave. But, they're opening up the possibility of smaller events, not so much gatherings for parties, but they have said up to 50 people gatherings have been permitted, mostly for religious and whatnot. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, from tomorrow night, midnight being the Monday night, where we should have all these new implications in, and no doubt everybody is going to go. Every smoker is going to go buy a carton of cigarettes for himself.
Just one? Just
Probably
one?
a case of
Man.
beers. Just one? No.
No,
I don't
come
know.
on.
I might
Come
buy
on. If
two.
I was there,
I
I will
might buy
buy.
2 or 3.
I will buy a van full of fucking cigarettes, man. If this happens next time, all my neighbors will come to buy me cigarettes or something. Come on.
You see now that's why you're in the first world country and we're here in Africa. It takes that type of shrewdness and entrepreneurial drive. So yeah, man. Otherwise things have been okay. We've actually had a very good month. The month of August, as far as nighttime full on Twilight and Dropland both had a nice little compilation. We added our sounds into the mix. There's been releases from Triumbucca, who did an album that did really well. We had Psyphoria, obviously, of Chaos Crew, did breaking into the top 5, getting to number 2. I mean, Lysergic Records also did a killer release. I believe even Phonics, they did an Ionki versus Breathhead. So yeah, it's been a good month for Night Full On. It's reassuring. I mean, what are your thoughts on the whole thing with this? Like a little bit of almost a resurgence,
Well, it was a matter of time, It's come on, I don't know. I think as we are doing now with these shows and the small parties we do on streaming and everything, all the labels, even the laziest ones as me, we should move and do stuff now because we need music. It's not, well, you know me, and I was not that worried about release because I understand that situation with people and work, money, everything is not that easy. So it's not like my goal is to release a lot of tracks and everything, but even like that, we should, and is what we do. I think all the labels we try to. I already set it up some releases for the next month, even Xian kind of album and everything. So eventually, even if this new reality we are living now, it keeps longer, at least we will have really good music from a lot of labels and a lot of people around the world because man, I know even Nexus and everything, everyone is releasing a stuff or is going to release a stuff in the next 2 or 3 months. So it means it will be at least good times for the night music lovers, I think, and it's cool. But once again, it was the people was saying we was dead or we was not going to release or what else. There is artists, and since there is artists and there is labels, there will be music always. So it's just a matter of time. I don't know.
It's a good feeling. I won't lie. I always feel that there's like a level of almost like camaraderie that builds when you have this, when you see like all the guys, because what you speak of and that feeling of self-motivation, because obviously you come from being a producer also, but you have to be a label admin on top of that. So almost without like a bit of a motherly figure where you have to basically like nurture and build like your whole roster and take care of your whole roster. So when you see a whole bunch of other like labels like your peers that are actually doing it, it's, I don't know. You know everybody's going through the same mission, trying to get those final pieces of artwork, trying to get those final banners, the final 24 bits to go to mastering and getting the release date confirmed. You know we're all going through the exact same thing. So there's always a feeling of like, yeah, I'm not alone. This guy's also having to stay up for 2 hours doing this shit, like filling in all the metadata. It's yeah,
Well,
it's good stuff.
in a way, I think we are. I don't know. We are. Everyone is giving energy to the next. You know, it's like as soon someone is releasing something, the other one. I don't know. It's a energy, and what else is I don't know. As soon you see someone is releasing, you think, okay, I have my label, I have to push that release and that release because maybe I can go there also. So it's nice, you know. It's I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's kind of the thing. You've got all these guys that have their feelers out, all trying to search for the best talent and try to put the best music out that they can. And then on top of that, you actually see like almost like a like-minded consciousness, and everybody kind of starts to put the music out gradually together. And we're starting to see this used to be the norm a couple of years ago. It was always the case of 3 or 4 nighttime labels putting out something. It's just, obviously during these quarantine sessions, it's been hard for a lot of guys to, be motivated. And also, the artists, we discussed this in the last season about not wanting to put their music out until there's a possibility that they can get future gigs out of it. So they don't really want to put the music out to it. So it's almost like a contradictory idea to what we've been trying to do a lot of the time, when you're trying to give people music to listen to during these difficult times. It's kind of, you
Uh,
want to give people a soundtrack.
well, in a way, I think now with this situation, things will change. No matter what we want to think, uh, things will not be fixed in 2 months. So there will be people that stop on this of the music. There will be labels that maybe disappear. There will be clubs or festivals or what else. Come on, there is people that already invest on this year festival and they lost everything, or they already invest on artists, on what else, and they already lost it on flights. Or so it will be hard times. But also on these hard times, what I know is that the people will stand and will keep there is the people that really love it. I'm having that situation on the last weeks. There is some friends of me and some old artists that I had here, like local artists and everything, and friends that I was doing parties and things, that they call me back, like they was having their normal life for some years, and now with this quarantine, they have enough time to ask to themselves if they was happy enough or they was doing what they want to do. And you will see there will be a lot of people that they was working on a normal job and blah blah blah, that they will come back to music. So even if there is people that it's going out, there will be people going in. So I don't know. Well, we have to look on the positive side of what is happening. There is no more ways to look it, to tell you the truth. By the way, there is Tozer Rivero saying hi, and there is Yokai Muj also saying hi on the chat. So hi guys.
Hey guys, how's it? Yeah, man. I mean, again, hoping everybody out there is just keeping safe, promoting and applying as much social distancing as you can, but just be aware of things. I mean, I think we got to obviously deal with the reality of the fact that it is a real concern. And I mean, we do have like loved ones and stuff that might have some medical conditions that don't suit it. And I mean, that's the thing. People need to just be aware of it, you know, like try if you can avoid the types of like big gatherings. Like that's why we're in the situation that we have, where we're not having any big festivals yet. I I don't know. Your thoughts on festivals? I mean, obviously, you guys are in the middle of summer there in Europe at the
Man, here
moment.
here is incredible because never I see this as it is now. It's like I live at 10 kilometers from the beach. So this area it should be normally super full on these times, and there is a lot of clubs and stuff. And man, right now, even with people, it's nothing, you know, compared to what we have last years and everything. It's nothing. It's as I tell you, it will be really hard to recover from what is happening right now. You know, it will be really, really hard. It's like it's not normal. It's not only not normal. It's like there is no solution for that for now because I don't know. It's not only a matter of us as a DJs or artists. Uh, the sound system guys, the I don't know, the light guys, everyone is involved on this wall. Man, it's even
Bad.
come on. The last years, we all the labels, almost all the labels, except some of them that they are really have big sales and they have a lot of releases and super huge names that they are getting back a lot of not a lot, but enough money from the releases. The rest of us, we make that deal that we accept that money comes from the gigs and from other stuff than the music itself. So right now there is only music. There is no more ways to do nothing. And even if we want to make streams or things like that, policies on Facebook and Twitch and everywhere, it's going tight and stronger, and they are cutting the streamings or quitting parts like muting it. So it's hard times, really, really hard times. Because if we accept that people is not used to pay for music, or they don't want to pay for music, only DJs was paying for music, and DJs they don't need really the music because they cannot go to parties to play, and they cannot even make streams because Facebook is stopping it. So
Mm.
what we should do? Uh, just
Yeah, well, it's actually something that I've actually noticed, and I mean, I don't think a lot of people would usually know this unless they were running a label themselves. But general purchases of music, like, has gone down by 60%, but the general stream rate now from people passively listening to new music has gone up by 60%. So we're kind of in a weird balance where you're not making more money, but you're not necessarily making less money, because there's still people that want to listen to the albums. They're just not prepared to pay for the albums, and a lot of DJs aren't prepared to buy the albums at the moment because there's no gigs to kind of justify having to lay out the 10 or 12 euro it is for it. So I understand, but you can definitely tell that there is still a demand for the music. It's just people aren't, I guess, because of the financial situation, because of the current economic times, they're just not able to support it in that way. But if they can go playlist something on Spotify or have a listen to an uploaded track that you guys uploaded, for example, on your YouTube, then all of that eventually equates to some form of small royalty return. And I mean, I think that's why like the links that you guys always give out and the links that we always promote on our releases, those are releases, those links will always directly benefit the artists and the labels, but as opposed to going into downloading it illegally. There are other ways where you can still get that album for free and not have to actually, you know, contribute to the void of
well,
piracy.
in a
Because
way, I think what I was saying is a shit that we don't rely on have another incoming. To tell you the truth, like to help a bit on this situation we have. But once
Yes.
again, the people is doing it since long time ago. Labels and artists, we are not
Yeah.
doing it for money, I think. So we will keep doing it, and that's the reason uh, there is more releases now coming on our music than some months before, because we understand that okay, this is the new situation we have. We still love that music. We still have to do stuff. So all of us, I think, all the labels and even all the artists, we begin to call each other and say, okay, you want to release something, and let's do that, or let's make a compilation, or let's do that, because come on, if we was in shock, some of us, I think, we, we, sh- we was doing it right, because you cannot continue it like nothing is happening, you know. In a way, there is a lot of stuff happening around, so you should change it. But now it's like we are on a pause. It's like this shit, it will keep for a bit. We don't know if it will be 2 months or 6 months or 1 year. We didn't know. But okay, this is the new normality for them. Okay, so let's release as we can do, and let's do what we can do. If we need to make a streams, we will do streams. If we need to be a bit more active on internet, we will try to be. And I'm even trying to set up with friends kind of straight channels to make this streaming instead of going through Facebook and everything. So okay, as me, I think everyone is doing the same. We are trying to, okay, this is the new situation. What is the best we can do with it? With it. So I don't know. It's just a matter of time. And also, even if it's in Spain, we are going to shit again. I have to say, for example, in Portugal, they had a party this weekend, and with Emus and everything. It was daytime, but it was cool. And even here, there is a kind of festival close to my home that they change all the rules, so they have to do it on the day, and they have to separate the dance floor in 4 places and blah blah blah. But it looks like they will do it. So I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't like to this kind of new parties we can see on Facebook or things like that with these squares and people there. Man, to me it looks like shitty. Uh, but I don't know. We will have to wait a bit to see what's happening.
It does, man. We don't need to sugarcoat it, man. We're like, it's the truth. I mean, if like rather give it another month or two to rather like get rid of that. You know, it like that's the thing. If people can just like abide by the general like rules and stuff, hopefully by the time the next European summer comes over, things will be relatively back to normal. I mean, at the moment we're in a deep winter season at the moment. Pretty cold. I think it's like 8 degrees or something outside today, which is pretty damn cold tonight. So yeah, I mean it's not like snowbound today, but it's pretty damn icy, and I mean it's all about kind of keeping this infection rate, you know, like curtailed. And I guess that's why none of the airlines have really opened up to international travels yet. It's more like if all the individual countries can go and
No, but
actually
even
just
think think
sort them.
think one small thing, okay? Even when they open that international flights, there is now, okay? Here in Spain, we are receiving international flights, but they are few and they are quite controlled. Not controlled because, come on, it's happening everything everywhere. But as soon we have this new status, you will have to get the vaccine to take a plane or things like that. So I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know which will be our new
yeah.
future, because to me, for example, I don't want to. You know, it's I will try to avoid it
Mm.
till the last minute, because I don't want to. I don't care if it's from Russia, from America. I don't fucking care. It's about, come on. Even if everyone is
Yep.
passing it, what is the fucking problem? Okay, take it. I don't need it. So I don't know, man. It will be strange and hard, because control is coming up to everyone, and new rules, new laws about your freedom will be cut, because your health, because you're safe, because you're blah blah blah. But after this happens, even with the vaccine, even with everything, they will not give us back this freedom. Never. man, this will be like a new status. Even if we come back a bit, there will be things that they will never come back again as it was, because now they get used to, you know, they see that they can do stuff and we accept it. Now they, come on, now we can't smoke on the streets if we don't have a secure distance, like saying that if we smoke, the smoke itself, and there is a small drops on there, that it can go to 5 meters. I have friends that the way they talk, they
And
can, boom,
again,
yeah, man, more
like
than 10 meters. Come on, and
no, no,
it's like,
we
fuck off,
literally
you
had
know?
jokes about that here. We had like we had literal jokes because our minister of health or somebody involved with it was literally talking about cigarettes being banned because of the fact that that people who share cigarettes share saliva that is kept on the cigarette and then pass from person to person, and that's how COVID could be spread. So it's an absolute, yeah, yeah. We have been without cigarettes for months in this country. We've been, I think, now going on almost 2 months without alcohol. They reinstalled alcohol, and then the number of like infections went through. Well, not the infection, but the number of hospital uh,
Yeah,
interactions went through the roof because of people in car accidents, domestic violence because of people drinking and beating their wives, etc., etc. It's just, and so they took that away. They were like, okay, we'll scrap that. We're taking away alcohol again. And then everybody got really, really mad. And now, like I said, we're getting back into a situation where we're going to be hopefully getting back to a point where we'll be approaching. Yeah, this has been a really somber like initial chat here. We're really kicking in the second season deep here, Manu. Like I don't even know if we have any viewers left. We scared everybody off with like there's no hope. There's no hope, guys. Might as well just go run into the street. Like
yeah, okay. Let's let's say that even with this shit, man, because it's not only here, everywhere. I'm talking with friends around. We will have some friends today connecting, as Josh from Israel, and guess we have, well, we have some surprises. So
yeah, we
even
got
like
some
that, man,
surprises.
I'm talking with friends, and situation is strange, weird, and crazy, because at one side it's like it's really hard, but at the other side it's like it's not true. And so in a way, what is giving me some hope is that people is trying to don't change, even with all that things changing. People, as soon they can have a bit more of freedom of contact, of what else, we are taking it. Most of the people is not that scared. Okay, there is some people is scared. Okay,
Yeah.
but a lot of people is showing that they can find ways to do it, or they can even, I don't know, because for example in Spain we don't know what will happen, but for now we have a lot of people that is going positive on the test, but they are young and they don't have any problems, you know, they just going through this, like, okay, it's happening and it's like that. So I don't know, it's a weird situation, because you feel on a way like it's not so important, and in another hand you have like, okay, it's happening that, and they are closing that, and it's fucking changing my life, and blah blah blah. So it's strange, but at least people still is fighting against change. You know, even things are fucked. We have to wear face masks. What else? But people, as soon they can have a hack, as soon they can meet you, as soon they can dance a bit, as soon they can do something, they want it and they do it. So there is hope. There is a lot of hope, I think. Still, we have some months. Let's see.
Ah,
In 6 months,
you have to
we
have
see
hope.
if there is still hope. But for now, still there is hope, I think. Okay, so
Yeah, you know what? Like, let's just write off 2020. We just, you know, like birthdays, anniversaries, all of that. We just write off 2020. It's just going to be a fascinating time in the history books that will be spoken about 20 years from now. So let's embrace this weird time of our lives, I guess. But yes, I'm looking forward to our first guest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Let's
going to be
let's
great to.
let's join our guest because he will be waiting us for like 10 minutes now, I think. So wait, he's coming. Pam, pam, pam.
See.
Din, din, din. Hello. Hola.
Hello, guys.
Hola, hola.
Hey, what up, Josh? Welcome back to season two.
Yeah.
2 months,
People
two
doesn't
months
know
later.
that. People
You
doesn't know
don't
that.
age.
Yeah.
But Josh now will be the sports
Congratulations.
guy, and it will be like all the shows, like giving the sports information about football, basketball, baseball, and every sports you will like.
People, I was missing you. Where have you been so long?
I can't. I'm telling you guys, this whole lockdown has created like a time warp. It's like days bleed into weeks, weeks bleed into months, and 2 months, 2 months, like I said, have passed since our last episode where we all got together. How things been in Israel? How things been your side, Josh?
Same, same. Nothing
Yeah,
moves so much, but I think here it's a bit in a way up
I think
again.
so. I think this is generally the idea. It's
But
just
the country tried to keep the things normal, but you can see a lot of um like chaos in the street in a way. Not so much violent, but compared
protests.
to many
We've been having a
countries,
lot of we've been having a lot of
a lot of
protests here
violence. Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
It's I mean, like I have seen a few guys actually been traveling outside of Israel. How have the airlines opened up for the most part?
Uh, they was supposed to open today, actually. I think it will be to Wednesday.
Okay. Wow.
There
Well,
is
it's
there
just
is
amazing to see all the places in the world just literally operating their own, like whatever it takes. Some places are working their own methods. I know Japan and China have a completely different system to anywhere else, like in the US or Canada. Israel's doing their own thing. Like I said, South Africa's about to get cigarettes and alcohol back for the first time in like 4 or 5 months. So, yeah,
How
I'm figuring.
many you bought?
Definitely. Yeah, I'm quite excited to see what actually happens. But like I said, I'm not very confident at this point as to whether we'll have functional events happening in 2020. I think the world's gonna have to take a mulligan on the year. It's like we just discontinue to don't take note of birthdays or any of that. It's just like 2021. It's like that's fine. But yeah, I mean, you've been like well involved trying to help out and get involved with all of these live streams also that Manu and the 3D gang have been doing. We got treated to a couple of well, more recently a retro artist signal live set. How is that actually getting to play a couple of those old tunes again?
Uh, if Manu will make another live, I will be happy, first of all, to play. It's no
come
problem.
on. You know, you are
I love
Because
it.
Manu
you are
feel
always in.
a lot of power, and he do the job very well, and I produce it very much with a lot of friends that help on the side, and I really appreciate it.
It's it's really been so, and that's the one thing we always speak about these live streams, but just the feeling of unison, bringing all of these other guys from all over the world, and like you say, Manu and like maybe some of the other guys from Dropland all pitching in, working on the timeline so that everybody can play and that there's actually a flow in the music. It's like it's a story. Every one of these 12-hour live streams is always there's always a journey in it, you know, like
Yeah.
through all the live acts into all the DJs. It's like it's been really really good. You can take a bow there, Manu. It's been like
I have to
enjoyable for
tell
people.
that it's really nice to, well, we are friends, so people doesn't see that at all, but every time we do that kind of events, we have a chat for us, for the artists and everything, and all of us, we are helping each other, and it's like, hey, it's your time, you're ready, and blah blah blah, okay, I'm finishing, and this, and all the artists more or less is going to the other streamings and sharing it and commenting, and so it's really nice. It's just like when we was kids and there was some friends going to make a party together, and all of us, we are going to play, or we are going to do our best, but it's not like about one is that and one is that. It's just everyone have his hour and everyone is working to make it work together and flow, you know. So it's really nice, I have to say. And
And I don't think we have other choice for now because of
yeah,
that.
but even doesn't have,
But if
even
we
don't
have
having the
more
choice,
time,
even though having the choice, is really nice the way we do it, because we are supporting each other and we are doing it together. It's not like
yes,
we are doing it for
it's
someone else. We
true.
are joining together to do it. So in a way, it's a bit different, because it's not that we are relying in someone to do it. It's like, okay, we can do it if we join forces and we share it and we do the promo together and we put the energy together, and it's quite nice. I have to say, maybe it's not that massive, or maybe what else, but it's quite nice. All the artists have thousands of views, and people like it, and people is commenting, and people is enjoying, and a lot of people is going from the first to the last act. So they are having a real party on the way we can have it now. So as you say, is what we can have. There is not much choices, but even being the things we can have is not that bad, I have to say, because it can be worse, I think. Okay, you know,
Yeah,
Manu
definitely.
positive style, you know. So what to do?
Well, I mean, again, at the end of the day, I think this is kind of the whole idea between even doing these chats. It's bringing the world together. We're in a time where a lot of people are focused on their computer screen. You know, there's a lot of information coming from every angle, and if you can just like take a step back, look at a couple of guys from like Israel, Spain, Mexico, South Africa, all chatting, and then
If you
even in the
if you
city.
go to computer shops and you want to buy some equipment, everything is sold out, you know, because people buy everything. Also with chairs for computers, because people sit too much and they get used to the chair and don't have chairs in the shops.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, man. I mean, we're definitely in a new time, but again, I guess that kind of just brings it back to what we were saying. It's more about, you know, you guys are doing this from a point of passion, and it's about sharing your music. I mean, if there's one thing that we can do as label guys, and what you guys can do as producers, is be able to give people some music, a bit of relief from the chaos that's actually around us. And I mean, I know I could speak for a lot of people when I say thank you. You know, you don't have to do it. I mean, there's no, again, like you say, you do this because you want to do it and you want to share it. And I think these live streaming concepts have really
It's
built
fun.
over,
It's fun.
yeah.
For me, it's fun. I like very much. And especially if ask me this, I do. No,
Again,
no.
You rock.
we are in a time when like guys cannot see an outer signal live set in their own country. They cannot see an X gen live set. So I mean, there's some people, and obviously with the internet, this reaches the whole globe. So I would probably bet that at least 30, you probably had a good 30% of new viewers that have probably never witnessed a live Xgen or live outer signal set in the flesh, and this might be the closest they ever get to it. And I mean, I think if there's one thing that this whole pandemic has done, it's gone to show when you get connectivity like the internet and all of this, how small the world can actually be, how you can bring everybody together, with a purpose. So it's been interesting. It's as I suspected when we spoke about this 2 months ago. I didn't suspect that we would have had any real relief until the tail end of 2020, early 21. But like Manu says, you got to be hopeful and just to be done.
Hi guys, I have to confess something. I already play it on 3 parties, from now on. Like small parties, like I
Yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah.
kid, like I was a kid and I'm, like kind of birthday parties and things like that. But man, I feel alive again. I was playing, I don't know, for 20 something persons or something like that, close friends, and I don't know, people is really nice. And man, I play it like 6 hours, 7 hours straight in a row. And I was in the bar and putting the sound system, and I feel so fucking alive. Sorry to say, I don't know if people is getting jealous now, or they are already doing it, or they think I'm irresponsible for doing it, or what else. But
Is
they are
that why
close
you
friends
put?
of me. There's a
Is that
birthday, and
really?
come on, I need it. Sorry to
Oh,
say, but I need it. So
so- is that why you put the stream together to come rub it in all of our faces? You got to bring all these guests and be like, oh, by the way, I've played at 3 parties, guys, and I'm loving life. How's it? How are you doing? Like, jeez, buddy. I feel, oh man. But I think this is kind of how it's going to be for quite some time. I don't know if we're going to be having rather large festivals anytime soon. So I do feel like the 50 to 100 people events might become the norm for the next few months.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. It will
I
be.
I guess
Totally, totally. It's like we need to think about like we are on the beginning of our careers again, okay? And we will be happy having birthday parties and small pubs and clubs, like really small clubs or bars or terraces or things like that. Is the future we can expect at least in the short time. I think we should be happy if we have that, and we should have that mindset that it's nice, because in the end it was nice when we begin. So if there is only this chance to make that, at least we will be able to do something. So I think we will feel like I don't know, teenagers again or something like that,
I actually read a pretty famous South African electro DJ. He was saying, obviously, based on the fact on how the economy's been struck and how the entertainment industry will be struck, a lot of organizers will probably try to cut corners on paying the artists. So he opted for a suggestion where for a certain period, like similar to like if your landlord gave you a discount or a reduced rent because of the trying times on income and stuff during lockdown, the same thing should apply to DJs and live acts in their area, because of the fact you can only have 50 to maybe 100 people for an event. Whether or not certain acts would play for free, rather than actually charging a lower rate that could end up becoming the norm on the rate that gets charged. I mean,
but not only
what are
that,
your guys' thoughts on this?
after this, even if we are allowed to make a small pubs and bars and what else parties, we need to think about people will have less money because there will be less jobs and less I don't know, companies is closing here, and a lot of places are closing, like closing forever, like
And yeah,
that people is losing their job.
yeah,
Let's see if they get another one. But even if they want to go out and they want to party, the offers have to be lower, like on cost, and drinks will be lower, on cost, and entries will be lower. And it will be so difficult to handle it because you can have less people, and that less people even have to pay less money. So man, as I tell you, it will be a future for people that is really ready to do it, or just to people that really love it. I think this is our short future. I hope I'm wrong, and in 6 months or 4 months, it's everything fixed, and we are making festivals and 700, 1,000, 2,000 persons without problem. But I think these 100 persons will be our top for the next month or something like that. Maybe on open airs we can have a bit more, but even like that, it will be with masks, with people controlling you, with cleaning hands and separated and blah blah blah. So I don't know. Oof. It will be strange for a while, you know.
Yeah.
For a short time, it will be strange. Sorry to say, but we will have to get used to. And I don't
Now
know if
it's
we will like
strange.
it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you're based in Europe. You guys are in the middle of summer. We're going to obviously have this angst, and there will be parts of South Africa where there will be festival organizers that will try to do some events out in the bush somewhere. That's just the way it goes. Luckily, South Africa does have very expansive terrains and stuff, so there is possibility where you can do it. But yeah, like you say, this it like we can only really be in hope, but it really has to come down to passion at the moment. I see it in Japan with a lot of the main DJs and stuff, and even other artists like um, Rinkadink and Damage and stuff. I mean, everybody's kind of trying to curtail and contribute where they can without cutting their own legs off. Because that's the thing. You want to help, you want to do what you can as an artist and stuff, but you obviously always want to be able to make sure that you can be looked after. It's just the way it has to be. So I mean, let's be honest, I doubt we're going to be seeing a lot of each other at festivals with the way the international travels are going. Manu, you'll probably play a lot of festivals with a lot of smaller parties within Spain, and likewise Josh would be smaller get-togethers in Israel
Well,
until the international flights actually.
I need to tell you the truth. I'm already thinking if it's not that difficult to flight, like this vaccine and everything, if they don't do it too hard, I'm really thinking
Mm-hmm.
on think on different way and just go to countries and stay there like 2 or 3 months, like that way, because right now even on small parties it will be like that. You will have to make kind of quarantine and everything. So I'm already thinking, okay, I will
Mm-hmm.
try that way. I will try the my country way, and maybe if I'm lucky to go to Portugal or something like that. But I'm really thinking on maybe in some months, if situation is still get stuck, but there is a way to travel, even if it's same kind of parties I'm playing here, really small and everything. Well, come on, I love that. So I'm really thinking on, I don't know, go by my way to Brazil or to even to your country. Come on, there is room on your home or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
You know,
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
Man, the ZAR is the rand is shit compared to the euro. You'd be balling here. It's almost 20. Last time I checked, it was almost like 21 rand or something to a euro. It's like, jeez, man. Yeah, good times, good times. Even if you never got a gig here, if you've got 2 gigs here, you'd be able to probably just like survive off that for the next 6 months. So yeah, oh damn our economy. But yeah, I won't lie, guys. This I wasn't expecting like our conversation to be so like I don't know. I guess based on the situation now, I mean things are like wow. It's a pretty dark time in human evolution. I won't lie. I was really hoping that when we did our comeback, it was going to be all you know uplifting bunny rabbits. That being said, you know, I mean, it's going to be quite interesting to have our next guest on. Uh, I'm actually like interested in actually getting another country's perspective on this whole COVID. Because if there's one thing that these quarantine sessions have actually kind of taught me, it's like how all of us as like label guys, as producers or DJs, how we're all kind of, under the banner of Psytrance dealing with this situation, because it is a complicated situation. It's something I don't think anybody ever expected to have happened. I think a lot of people thought we would have been almost to a functional society by now, but it doesn't seem like that's coming anytime soon. Not in the next couple of months, at least.
Well, but
Not try being negative,
at the same
obviously.
time, it's quite nice as we are seeing now on these parties, these streaming parties, on these quarantine talks we are making on everything. We are joining people because this situation, people is getting close. We are joining other labels that we don't have. Come on, you have a label and we are from another label. And since this begins, we are doing stuff together like we are one because we understand that the situation requires that we join and we do stuff together. And this is not bad. It's the opposite. Our guest that will join us in some minutes, it's the same. He's running another label, and this is showing to people which is the situation we have now. We have a good vibe between the others, and there is no that I'm better, I'm worse, and blah 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 blah. Because we understand that we are the same in a way, and the situation is bad for everyone. So I don't know. We have a common enemy. This is the situation we have now. So I think, man, it's I 20 years doing that, first more locally, and then after the years I do it more internationally and everything. And I never feel that the people was that open to join, to collaborate, to do stuff, to do stuff without getting nothing back on money or things like that. Most of the people I ask for, okay, join us to play or help on that, or you want to join on that, most of the people is saying thanks instead of saying and what I win or what I will take or what else. They are more like, okay, thank you, it's nice, and it's nice, I can join and I can do stuff. As Josh, this attitude he's having is quite common with the guys are joining now, and almost everyone, as we see with CPU and Chief and blah 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 on the streamings, and come on, it's quite nice. The situation we have now is testing us. So most of us, I think we are showing our best face, not our worst face. So it's not that bad. Okay, we are living that time, but it's not only us we are living that time. Everyone is living that times. So what to do?
Everybody's living life through an Instagram filter. Everybody's got the blue steel going. It's like, yeah, it's like, I'm doing great, living my best life, hashtag. It's like, oh, jeez. It's like, if anybody's living their best life now, I feel sorry for you. There is unless you really are comfortable with not really being out in public and dealing with people.
Man, now it's a perfect time.
Again,
Now is the perfect time for the antisocial people. Man, it's fucking amazing.
they finally won.
I thought
They-
I thought I was antisocial, and as soon as this
Me too.
begins, I needed people, I need everything, so I realized I wasn't. But I know people that now are not that disturbed with this situation. It's like they are happy that
No,
people is not going
no, it's
close
true.
to them, and they are happy that they don't need to go out home, and it's normal, and people is not looking them like,
I know many.
yeah, man. So
I know many of them. I was kind of at that point for quite a while myself, where I actually didn't realize that like just some form of human contact, just seeing people, I took it for granted because obviously you play sets, and even if you don't know the people, you're socializing, you're in a party type environment, and then you get home, and then that's pretty much as like, that's pretty much how it goes. You get home and you loop the process the next weekend. So yeah, it's a peculiar feeling now where basically you're told that you're not allowed to go see people. It's like, it's almost like when you were a child and your parents would tell you you're not allowed to do that. Don't eat the dirt. Don't go eat the slugs. or the snails, and then you do that, and they're like, no, you weren't supposed to. So it's that I think people. I know a lot of people that have been going out, like Manu said, he's even gone to a sneaky gathering or two, and I bet there's probably been 10 other gatherings that he didn't even know about that were happening, and that's just the way it goes. People will do what it takes for them to keep their sanity. You
Yeah,
know, this is
keep
a hard time,
man, keep the
and
humanity.
you know, there are a lot of people that deal with it with like I don't want to say like mental issues, but their cases are like depression, where just seeing somebody smile at you could change your whole day. You know, there's certain people that deal with that type of stuff. So I don't know, like this lockdown again, what we're doing, and in my opinion, the feeling that I get from actually doing these chats with you guys, it kind of just brings back that element that I'm missing, that I thought I didn't need, but it actually it's important. Keeps me sane, and I get to see other peers in the industry that are dealing with the matters in their own country. You know, same issues. You know, but dealing with it in their own ways, and it's again, it'll be very interesting to have our next guest on like
Yeah, it's
COVID
almost
side
ready.
also.
But before, I want to say something to the people that they didn't even know.
Yes.
Uh, you and me, Lyle and me, before we begin that, we have a call like that, okay? And it was the longest one, and you know, it was I think it was the deepest one. That's why we decided to make this kind of show, because we was isolated. He on his home and me here, and then we decide to, okay, let's call each other and let's talk a bit. And man, we realized it was like 2 hours something or 3 hours talking, and it was so dense and so intense, and we was needing it. So as soon we finish, we realized that okay, that was nice enough to. So maybe we can make kind of a small show with this of the streamings and everything, and let's do it. So that's the main reason. So the first conversation we have, it was needed, you know, and it was not public or not on streaming. It was so nice. So uh, let's change. This time it will be a bit shorter, the streaming, because we don't want to go to these 2 hours. Not everyone is watching 2 hours of us talking. So we will join our last guest for the last 10 minutes or something like that. And it's quite interesting because he's one of the most active DJs nowadays on the scene. He's also producing music. He's running one of the labels. Is pushing nowadays. Is Chaos Crew Records. He got on tops and everything. He's part of Dropland too as a DJ and many labels more. So we have a Don, aka Psyphoria, and will join us for our last 10 minutes. And we will know about him and the situation he's living, because right now he's stuck, kind of stuck in India. So we will have news about how it's going there. Hello? Wait,
Hello?
there is no audio yet.
Let's see, connecting audio.
Yeah, it's saying it's connecting audio.
Hear us.
Chan chan. He says have to connect the audio.
Hello?
Chan chan.
This could be an Indian type thing. Let's just check. Connecting audio. Don't know if he can hear us.
It's,
But yeah. Anyway, so I'll just get like embellish. How's it done?
Hi, now you hear us?
Let's see.
No.
Maybe not. Anyways, yes. So, like Mani said about Don Psyphoria, but actually one of the label heads for Chaos Crew Records. He works alongside Andre Muller, also known as Singularity, and they're part of Chaos Theory. Yeah, he's actually had an awesome run. We were discussing, Manu and I were discussing this earlier, about the wicked month that we had for nighttime full on and twilight side, and Don was able to kick some ass and actually get a wicked top 2 spot on his debut EP, Into the Void. So yeah, it's really, yeah, it's good to actually have him here. Last time I actually saw this guy when he came and toured South Africa, he actually had dreadlocks, if I recall. So yeah, you could just tell that this lockdown has been hell on everybody. It's just
So guys, we have
understand.
we are having problems with his sound because he's not hearing
yeah, they
us.
got a few technical difficulties.
Yeah. So maybe we
I guess
should re-call him or something like that. So he have the link. So let's
yeah,
hope.
and try this
Let's
again.
hope.
I guess a lot of people actually might. That's the thing. Some people might actually not know that he's actually, although Don is from Australia, he's currently residing in India. So I'm not going to go generalize because I'm from a third world country also. But I'm not I'm not discrediting the idea of some bad internet connections in
Okay.
Mumbai.
Second
I'm
chance.
just putting it out there.
Second
I'm not
chance.
saying it's true,
Tan tan tan.
but let's see. We gotta try and get this guy back on. Let's see, connecting audio.
Still it says
No
connecting
audio.
audio. Tan, tan,
There
tan,
is actually an
tan.
icon that you can. Let's see.
Now
Anything?
you hear us? Wow.
Yeah, I think there's. Yeah, I do believe that that you can press. There's a tab that he can press to unlock the volume.
No, it says here. It says restart.
Yeah, there we go.
Now.
There we go. Maybe. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Finally.
There we go.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hola, hola.
How's it going,
Beautiful guy.
Don?
I'm good, man. Yourself?
Oh, well, man, well. Oh, it's good to get you onto the first episode of season 2, Quarantine Sessions. And now, we literally can get you in now as our Indian confidant. So actually, let's get right down into it. How's the lockdown been there in India for you?
Well, at first it was a bit of a pain in the ass, you know, because obvious reasons. But then it didn't last that long initially here. And then they have unlocked down. Everything sort of got a bit normal for a while. And then they had another lockdown, which was meant to be, you know, a few weeks. And I think 10 days into it, they're like, shit, the economy can't really handle this. We're just going to unlock it down and have tighter security between the states and stuff.
And whereabout in India are you based at the moment?
I'm in Bangalore.
Wow, so one of the big
Sort of
cities.
central southern major city.
Mm.
And tell
You
me,
know,
there is plans to you to come back to Australia, or you should be there for a while till flights come back to normal, or you will stay there? What's your plan?
right. The governments are sort of capitalizing off people in this situation, and the flights are just ridiculous costs for like the repatriation flights. So I just got to wait it out. I'm not paying thousands of dollars for $500 flight. You know, it's ridiculous.
I've heard of certain repatriation flights back to South Africa that could cost up to like $2,500 or something. Yeah, and obviously Don's been in South Africa, and so is Josh. And you know, basically to say that number is like basically saying a one-way ticket is 35,000 rand, which is like you could get a pretty, well, not a great car. Not really, but you can get a car for that price. So you know, like, yeah,
Wow.
like. Yeah, it's definitely been it's been hard, but you did Don, you did actually mention you had some interest in maybe taking a trip further out to India, at Himalaya side even potentially.
Yeah. Do you know, at the moment, it's pretty much even impossible to do that. The they've got things like state quarantine. So if you wanted to cross the states, if you come from certain like zones and shit, they'll make you go into quarantine, and you got to pay for that. It's not like Australia, and even in Australia, you got to pay for it now. So, it's like, well, you can't really do anything. You can get out of India maybe soon, but they're not going to be going flights back to Australia on a normal basis for some time, I don't think, because the Australian government's going crazy. I don't know if you've seen on the social media what's going on over there, but
well, between New Zealand,
yeah,
also New Zealand hadn't had a. I believe like New Zealand hadn't had a reported case in over 100 days, and they had 4 cases that got announced on one day. They shut the whole.
They closed
shut it
everything
all down.
for 4 cases. Man, 4 cases is what is on my village,
Jeez.
I think. It's come on.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, but that's the thing. That's why Australia and New Zealand have been great self-sustaining countries, because they've been super paranoid with that, and they could curtail that type of stuff. But I guess in light of all of this, Don, I guess it segues to the next question. I mean, you've been landlocked pretty much, but in the process, you were able to put out a pretty smashing killer debut Psyphoria EP. You want to talk about it, to talk about where the inspiration came from and all of that?
to be honest with you, when I was there with Andre for 6 weeks writing, he showed me a process. So it deals with my ability to create music. So I've just been following the process. I don't really need to be inspired, because it's just a process. The only thing that requires inspiration is a story, I guess. Watch some wax sci-fi movie or whatever, find some samples, away you go.
That's a Psytrance way. We need some, maybe if you want to really go full on, you add in some Gaia chants, and then there you go.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but I just start putting noises in a door, and whatever comes out, that is that story, I guess. So it's been good, more the lockdown, because it's forced me to sit still and focus. I should have done this 10 years ago, but I wasn't forced to, I don't think.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice how this is forcing us to do stuff on our different ways, or work more, or work on another stuff that we are not using to do, because we understand things are different. It's like you are stuck on India, you are stuck on your home, don't knowing exactly what's happening with your job. Israel at the beginning it looked super nice, and now it's on a strange situation. Come on, at the beginning in Israel it was looking like nothing happens. Rest Europe, everyone was fucked, and Israel they was even having parties. I have my friend Amir Atomic Pulse, they was putting videos on nice parties and everything, and it was like, oh, so jealous. But now, man, it's like everything is fucking strange. So I think every one of us is like in a situation we didn't expect, and we are just trying to do our best. That's why he's pushing the music, you are pushing releases too. Josh is pushing also to making new music. He's already sending me some demos from new stuff he's doing, and wow, come on. And also he's reviewing some of the old tracks he have, and he already showed it to me, and it's fucking amazing. He changes the bass and some stuff,
Sneaky.
and it's
Sneaky,
fucking
Josh.
pumping.
Sneaky.
So, what to say? What to say? Something would have to come from the dark times, I think.
It's true. I mean, it's like you said, like just being able, like from the label owner's perspective, just stay motivated and try to keep putting out as much music, good music, that we can, for people. I think that's really it. But
I think that, man, like the times are hard. A lot of the artists aren't very motivated. They don't see in the near future what's going to happen. Will they be able to have their old life back or whatever, even aspire for a better new situation. But at the end of the day, once all this shit's over and done with, there's one thing people like to do, and that's fucking party, man. And the more fresh content you've got and everything, I think you'll be preferred for bookings and things like that. You're
That's
not
right.
just sitting locked down, come out of it the same 2-hour set they saw last time. You know, you can really reinvent yourself in this sort of time. I try and encourage artists to do that, but a lot of them just complaining, you know, the situation is shit. I'm like, it is total shit for everyone in the whole fucking world, you know?
Yeah,
So
it's
true.
what we say before. It's for everyone is the same. So even if we think we are so special and our problems is so big, isn't it? Because everyone is living that on a hard way, you know. Even if everyone is
Yep.
disturbed with that, is having problems, is separated from the families, from everyone. So I think we can do more. That what we are doing is trying to push a bit more, trying to do a bit better. As he say, we can try to reinvent ourselves or try to evolve or just to be who we are for forever. Because in the end, this situation also it tends to change the people, and it's I think it's something good that people stand even on this situation. Labels stands, keeping releasing stuff. Artists stands, releasing the music they like and releasing what they are doing and making the music they want to do it even without having a real goal, a close goal, like to go to a gig on the next month or to have a, I don't know, it's even releases now, it doesn't look like real at all because you cannot go to test it on a party. So it's like, it's okay, but when I go to a party, this is will still be fresh. You know, it's like you have that feeling like, okay, but okay, when they let us go out, this will still be fresh, or there will be 100 more that I will want to play to, you know, because there is too long and I achieve a lot of tracks on my back that I want to play. It's fucking crazy right now, you know. Ah,
Yeah,
what to
crazy
do?
times.
I'm hoping for that.
Crazy
Yeah.
time.
I mean, I'm just hoping for that also. Like you say, new music coming out from a lot of guys, maybe a couple of new names like Psyphoria, you know, like shaking it up and bringing it in some fresh new ideas, and it kind of motivates your peers also, you know. I mean,
That's right.
there's been again the last few months have been a pretty decentish run, like we said, given the lack of motivation for a lot of producers. There have been a lot of producers that have been trying to push themselves. Other artists like Roby from Mexico
Yeah.
and Out of Connection and stuff. There's been a few guys like in almost every country that's been trying to stay positive. But yeah, again, for the 2 people that are positive, there's probably 10 that are negative.
That's
And
Jay.
you know, again, yes, yeah, that's it, definitely. But
With Jade.
again, everything comes in ups and downs, I guess. You know, people are trying to be, you know, we're trying to do the best that we can as label guys also, like Manu and I spoke about. There's almost a maternal motherly type feel where you got to try coddle a lot of the producers and try to motivate them because they're just not
Yeah.
feeling it.
I
mean,
get that. It gives me the shits a lot. It's like having to be their dad. Like, I never had a dad. I don't know how to be a dad, you know. But at the same time, it's good because you have a direct feed into their influence and everything, and you can almost have an influence over the entire subgenre from that perspective. Get guys to create certain ideas and then see what rolls off of those ideas, and you know, it's a good time for that because you can push ideas onto them. All right, you don't want to do nothing. How about you do a collab with this guy? I'll set it up. Let's go. You know, we just got to try and pull through it as a night music community rather than just individuals trying to push this music. You know.
Yeah, it's
There's an African term, Xhosa term, Xhosa or Zulu. I'm not sure. I'm very shit on the South African languages, but it's called Simonier, which translates to "we are one," and
Yeah.
I think that's really the feeling that I get a lot from the nighttime community. I mean, we don't all talk, but all the time, but I mean, we generally do communicate with each other every now and again, and I think that's just goes to show that Psytrance is a family in itself, and even then you've got your little pockets of distant cousins and aunts and nephews that you might not have met, and
Yeah.
all part of the same thing, you know.
well, and also
Yeah.
it's nice,
Good
eh?
to see. It's good to see. There's a lot of competitive nature being brought into the industry, and it rather feels better to not have that better than you or you're better than me sort of attitude where we all just want the same thing, really.
Well,
You
to
want to
tell you
wave
the
the
truth,
flag. That's it. That's all you want. You
Yeah.
just and like, but for me, I just want the music that we grew up with, that has evolved over the years, to still be given the respect and the credit that it deserves. Because that's kind of the whole point of it. It's like you want to push the music to the people that want to listen to the music, and those fans, you want to keep giving them more of that good shit. And it's it fills my heart with hope when I see so many other label guys with the same type of wavelength that want to do that, that want to put fresh content out. And the weird thing is that we've got 3 different labels, right? We have Chaos Crew, Dropland Slash, 3D Vision, and MMD. And even though we do all kind of go through a lot of our individual artists, a lot of the times you'll get tracks from those artists that will speak to you differently to how a track would speak to Manu. And I've always
Yeah.
enjoyed that. That's the one thing I've always enjoyed, is that guys they'll know what you guys kind of like as the label heads, and they'll try and make the music that will suit the label.
well, I think it's like you think we are on an office, okay? We are on the same office, but one day is the Hawaiian day, and the other day is the day you have to wear like that. So the artists already know. Each label is different. It's slightly different. We are making the same kind of music in a way and releasing it, but artists itself, they know I have that kind of track, it will fit more, or they even know when I ask, they already know what I like. Come on, it's a lot of years and doing fucking the same. If they do that, and that, they have me listening, and if they don't do that, it's more difficult. But maybe on another way you will love it more, and maybe in another way he will love it more. So the artists already know that, and when they do a track, I think they redirect it, because we are sharing a lot of stuff, even if we have our own artists sometimes and our own way to do the stuff. There is a lot of people down. It's really connected, because we are this is not a big ocean, this is a small sea, and we are big fishes on a small sea. So it's so normal we are together doing stuff, sharing artists. If one artist is offering you a track and you don't keep it, maybe we'll go to offer to me or to the other, or blah blah blah. It's quite normal, you know.
We get that a lot. Yeah, that does
Yeah.
happen actually. I see
I-
that happen a lot, where it's like, oh no, I sent Don a track and he didn't like it, and I'm like, what? What the hell? And it's like, oh no, I sent this track to 3D Vision, but they didn't want it. Do you want it? It's like, oh well, come on, like it's like they don't even apologize for it. They're like, and they'll
Yeah,
always
but
spin
come
it
on.
because-
Let's be realistic. We are sharing a small place. It's like even you don't have that feeling that even the people is following us. We are a small family. Most of them, I know them. I see when they press a like on Facebook. Most of the people, I know them. Some of them even
Yeah.
personally. When I go to play, I
You
meet
know
that
them
guy. But
by
even like
face,
that,
you're like, yes.
it's a lot of years, and that people really love that music as we do. So in a way, it's our family also. It's you are working for them. Every time we release. Okay, we release for everyone. It's open, but we know that that guy will be happy, that girl will be happy, that, and he will come and say, hey, it's nice, and share it, and blah blah blah. Because no matter what time is happening, no matter how many releases we do, in the end, we have a core of people we are sharing, all us, not me or you, or we are sharing that people, not us, Phonics Records, Time Code, any label is releasing that music, is sharing that core of people that really love that music, and they are open to listen auto signal music, stereo panic music, everyone's music, you know, because they love that music, and this is the real people for what we are doing, that we are doing, I think. So in a way, this is why we are so connected, and we feel it, because once the scene gets smaller, we understand that we are sharing everything.
Yeah, well, that's right. They're getting smaller and smaller constantly. We got guys, really, really great guys, just change styles, or they're gonna go and stop producing because they've had enough or whatever, and it's making this whole circle shrink quite frequently.
Well, and
I'm
in another
noticing
hand, I have to say what is releasing everyone now is much better than what was releasing everyone 4 years ago. Sorry to say, but everyone now is
that's
releasing
quality
better
is-
music than 4 years ago. Sorry to say, you, Lyle,
yeah.
everyone,
Yeah, it's
what
true.
is releasing now is better music, better quality. The artist sounds better. They have better ideas, and the tracks are better than 4 years ago. To tell you the truth, 4 years ago I have
Oh,
less hope than I have now on the people is making music, like you and Concept Nemesis and blah blah blah. The new blood is coming. They are right. They are doing it on the right direction. It's nice music, and also if we are less, it will be more easy for the new people to get listen it. So in a way, it's not that bad. Okay, we just need to grow again, as all the world will do, because now the wall is closing in. So we need to grow as the world will grow again. That's it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say, that there's a good side to that as well, and that is that we have a new generation of artists who were inspired by the guys that we were inspired by, and even us, and we can now watch them grow and push them evolve the music, make it more appealing to a wider audience again than like before. You know, we got a time now where we're reinventing the music in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite nice. So guys, what do you
It's true.
think?
I mean, we definitely we're in a weird void, so to speak, actually, because like Don said, I mean, we're in a situation where you have a lot of artists that are questioning their music and what route they want to actually take. Like, obviously, not knowing what the future actually holds with festivals, or the musical interests of what the festivals are going to be looking at. I mean, have you ever felt the pressure to go delve into like the forest type realm? You know, like go the more psychedelic, organic modulation route.
I'm a full on guy, bro. As long as it's been full on, I've played full on. Before full on night, I played full on morning. You know, just me. I'm full on. That being said, you know, with the latest EP, I sort of thought about this, and I'm like, well, you know, when I was in South Africa, there were lineups I couldn't tell the artists apart, man. Like, how do I know when the next guy's playing? I have to keep watching the friggin' clock because I'm not able to tell the different sets apart. And oh yeah, we've been through 3 sets, so I should start getting ready now, you know. All the same. And then I thought to myself, well, if that's what people were buying and what people were booking, then wouldn't it be smart to at least add a little bit of that sort of vibe to the music that I'm writing? You know, still be different and still stand out, because in a lineup of artists that all sound the same, how do you have any major memories of it? You know, it's just like a blur. So uphold that unique approach or sound, but add a bit of what they're all paying for, and see if that provides a more successful sort of sound, I guess.
And motivation, and again, just motivation. Again, like trying to put something together that has like some serious oomph and dance floor drive, but still has a little bit of musicality. Because I don't know, I feel there's always been this argument now, like modulation versus melody, and I mean there is a huge lack of actual melodic sounds that are being used at the moment in psytrance. It's a lot more effects and
But you are saying that because you don't follow the new Goa they are releasing. There is a lot of labels that they are doing and really nice stuff. I have a friend here that is producing for Soundtrip Records and everything. Man, they are amazing. They are going to the next step of Goa, like for real. Like I was on some festivals, I have some friends, and man, nothing is disappeared. Just we are in a corner of that music, but there is a lot of corners nowadays. We can think that progressive is not blasting because it's not that commercial that it was before, and it's not accepted. But there is a healthy new stuff of progressive coming up, and there is a lot of new artists. And man, nowadays I don't believe that any of the areas of psytrance is not pushed by someone as we are doing in our music. We have this Xenon, we have this Goa, and man, melodies are there, tech trance are there, fast BPMs are there, everything is there, and everything is in a way represented, and it's quite nice, man, because before, there is a lot of years, there was no melodies. After the commercial full on, it disappeared, and it was that almost no melodies of progressive, and then psychedelic and dark, which is not really that common. Boring. They have melodies, but now I tell you, new Goa stuff, and there is even new full on. It's coming again to some melodies, so it's not disappearing. It's just I don't know. It's cycles, you know, of yeah, it's cycles that people. Yeah,
it's true. I think everything in cycles. I mean, I think it's every 5 years there's a new musical evolution that happens. It'll be like a new type of subgenre that'll bring in micro genres from there. So yeah, I guess it's 2020. You know, nothing makes sense. Here we are. It's Sunday night.
So guys, we established that we want to stop at 1 hour and a half, and we are close to that time. So what do you think if we make the last 5 minutes and then we stop?
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it is okay.
Let's wrap it up.
So we can, I don't know, guys, especially to our guest, which is our next plans. I don't know, Josh, what you are going to release soon or what you are working now. I know your normal life is quite fucked, but on the studio, I mean, okay? Which is that new tracks you are working on? Tell me. Explain us.
Are you talking to me?
No, to Josh. Then,
Josh.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, right.
Come on, the last 20 minutes he didn't say nothing, so it's his time to talk something.
Come on, I listen, you guys.
No, but come on, explain to the guys what you are going to release, because man, I fucking hear the demos and it's fucking amazing.
For now, I just preparing, you know, I still don't know where to fit the stuff. I made a few for 3D Vision and for Dropland, and also for Sonic Motion that it's label from France. So soon it will be ready, but I'm waiting for the right moment, also for from the labels.
Yeah, you have to show me first, okay? Want to see.
Love it. Love it. Well, again, like I said, like during this lockdown, I mean, we've got to actually hear 2 out of signal, actually close to 4, but 2 actual parts of the live stream parties that we were actually doing. And honestly, if any of those new tunes, those unreleased tunes that were in the middle of your set, make it out to be the released ones, I think people are going to be smiling.
Have many tracks in the drawer, that it's like papers that you put in the drawers, but no one listened before, or I never give to no one. But on this moment that it's live streaming, I feel it's more comfortable for me to play them because I didn't have any opportunity to play this music before in any party. So for this moment, I feel it's the right time to do it.
Come on, you are in your
Damn right
home
it is.
drinking beers and
Damn
having
right it
fun.
is, Josh.
The next one, will be another one and another one. I will do each time to take off from the draw old tracks, make them a bit, you know, salt
Yeah,
and pepper.
tweak them. Yes, yes. Oh man, good times. I'm loving it. Hopefully, it motivates a few other producers also to go back into some of the old projects and try and bring them up, because that's actually the fun thing. I mean, you have a lot of old projects that you can tweak and bring up the levels and bring it to that new modern production. So yeah, it's exciting.
You have time to check all the history now in the quarantine, so you really check many artists that you had from the past, that you back up, and you look, oh, I have this track that I don't finish it in 2009 or 2006.
2009.
And
Come on,
I like
2009.
some, some stuff, one lyrics that is good.
Yeah, I would actually like to make a little request. If you still have the project files, I was listening to it actually today, an old track that you made with Julian of Digital Talk called No Rules. If you still have
Yeah.
those files, that could really do with a little bit of a tweak, because there's that groove with the two sounds in the middle of the track. Yeah, just brings back great memories, and I know, yeah. Yabai Records stuff.
I like this track very much. I think it was a bit early for the time it was released. I
Yeah,
really.
production
Uh,
still holds up. The production's still there. I mean, it's like a big track.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I was going to say the production still holds up even today. I mean, it's a good track.
Yeah. Look, this track we was producing it in 2006. Six, yes. And
It's a long time ago. Yes, we're showing our age. We're showing our age.
I have to say, I
Yes.
played all your tracks the last day because I was playing 6 hours or 7 hours. Not all, but most of your tracks. And I still beat all them. Still people love it. Well, my friends love it. Sorry to say, but my friends love it.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't hang out with idiots. That's
So,
and
what?
Don.
Yeah, what about you,
and
Don?
Don, things. Yes,
it's
I
funny.
like the.
That's to the work with Julian was for me something very special, and we did a great team work.
Yeah.
Was
Japan was gonna get, like, there was no doubt they were gonna get that track. Like, there was no chance UG was gonna pass up that track. Like, it was gone already. But yes, Don, how about things with you? Plans for the future with Psyphoria? I did hear from your partner at Chaos Crew, Mr. Singularity Andre, that you guys are working on some new material together also.
Yeah, we're working on the collab. Got a few VA tracks coming, and gonna do a track 1.16 EP. We remixed one of the tracks off my VA that was on Chaos Crew by 1.16. We remixed that for his EP. With my solo, I'm just sort of picking away at a few remixes at the moment. Just quicker production, less thought, get them written, get them out. So trying to get enough content together before we see any parties.
I guess the main aim being a solid 1 hour live act that you're happy with, and then you just start working on that.
After taking 15 years to release an EP, I want to really make sure everything is pretty on point.
Well, at least you're not rushing it. At least you're not rushing the process. You know, it's good to take your time. It's like make sure you're ready. You know, and considering we're all like, in the twilights of our experience with Psytrod, so to speak, what better time than now during a lockdown to make the impact? But yeah,
pretty much.
And Manu.
Well, my upcoming plans is next week I'm going to play on a streaming party for Mexico for my friend Gaba, who's having this page, Psychedelic Minds. And don't say to no one, but I think I will play it on a real party, and I will put the camera there and blah blah blah. And so it will be a stream, but it will be a outdoor stream with some people.
Nice.
Shit like that.
Nice.
But yeah, so
Jealous.
see you next week on this party, and I don't know, not so much more. We are still finishing the album. People can expect from 3D
I was
Vision.
gonna say, you can't get away from these live streams without talking about the X-Gen album. We're seeing banners and new little trinkets. Yeah, we're all seeing it, Manu. So yeah.
Yeah, but we already talked. This 1 year we are talking about this album. I'm the slowest guy ever, and Herman is same like me. So it's 1 year we are talking about the album. The album is fucking almost done. We just need three tracks that needs 2 minutes or something like that more. So it's almost done. But in next month, if nothing happens, Amush remixing X-Gen will go out on 3D Vision with 2 tracks. And also, it's on Dropland. It's coming a couple of releases next month too. So I think On Trip, and then I have another compilation which includes really nice tracks from Theorem and E.T. and I don't remember right now which was the track list. But yeah, next month people can expect more releases from Dropland and from 3D Vision. And from there, I hope we can do something like every 2 months. But I don't want to talk because every time I talk, I don't do that and I take more time. So I better shut up. And I wait and I release the stuff and that's it. Okay, guys? Don't ask me more. I will play next week. That's it. This is what I can say for next week.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of the main objective with all of us. I know with MMD, I've actually just started to compile Volume 3 of The Good, the Bad, and the Filthy. It's our 2015 to 2020 greatest hits. So no doubt there'll probably be an X-Gen track that we released during that period. And yeah, it's going to be a weird little fun time trying to dissect the last few releases we put. And actually kind of be like, okay, you're good to go. You're not. You're going to be forgotten about for the next 5 years or whatever. So we'll see what happens. But I guess like the main purpose, as long as we all just keep focusing on the music and stuff, I guess that'll be the reward that everybody gets. They'll get a lot of killer new music. And I guess that's all we can really do, right?
I forgot something. There is a new track from X-Gen also. Well, it's not new, but it's a new track from X-Gen coming out on the next month, also on Lethargic Records. Because we did a track for a compilation, but they delayed the compilation for around, I don't know, 1 year or something like that. And still I know it's coming up on the next 2 months or something like that. So it should be soon also. So that's more news.
Good stuff. So yeah, hopefully as we kind of round this episode off, first episode, I won't lie, guys, we started off pretty dark. Didn't feel like there was much hope when we started this conversation, but I think we pulled it together. We're ending off on a good positive note, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do this again in the next couple of weeks. We'll obviously keep everybody who's watching updated on future episodes, and we'll try get a few more interesting guests. Maybe get Don back, get the current updates, because again, this lockdown, this quarantine, it ain't going nowhere soon. So
How long you stuck in India? How long you stuck in India? Don?
I've been here since January. I think sort of March, April, I was going to go back to Cape Town, and all my gigs here got shafted, and then all my gigs in South Africa obviously got shafted. So I just been chilling out here writing music since.
yeah, we were supposed to play. We were literally Don and myself were supposed to be playing at a gig the first weekend that he was back. It was going to be the first week that I was back from Japan, and then all the shit just happened. I remember while I was in Tokyo talking to Don, who was in India at the time, and he's like, "Man, I don't think I'm getting to Cape Town," and it's like, "Oh, jeez," and
Yeah.
fast
wow.
forward another five months. Here we still are. But again, man, hoping things pan out, and hopefully within this year, you can still get back to Australia.
I don't have high hopes that it'll be this year, mate. The Australian government's being a bunch of twats, and there's even a class action starting against them with the people. So, because they're just violating so many human rights just day by day, and people have had enough. So they're forming a class action against the government.
Well, I guess we can look at this maybe as an opportunity when the borders in India open up a little bit more. Maybe you can make that long-awaited trip to Goa or the Himalayas. You know, all of the.
But that's not going to happen.
That's it.
But yeah, Manu, I guess we can wrap this up for an episode. Hopefully, all of you guys that tuned in enjoyed it. We'll definitely be back in the next few weeks to get an update. Have a couple of new interesting guests, hopefully, and during this really weird time in human evolution.
Yeah. Many thanks to everyone was watching, and Lyle doesn't want to tell you at all because he's not that sure, but I'm fucking sure. So next episode, it will be full of people. We will try to get 8 or 9 of these screens full of people inside, like small boxes.
Got a lot of guests in mind.
Yeah.
We're gonna try it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna try and do something like amazing. So stay tuned for the next episode and the one to follow, because we're always trying to build on this. But again, Josh, Don, thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully you guys just keep working on the beats, smashing out the new tunes, and we'll keep listening.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Manu, I guess, yeah. Shot again for pulling this together. It's been a long 2 months. Glad we got this back together, and yeah, we'll make sure that it doesn't take another 2 months before we have another one.
Yeah, man. While this continues, if you want, guys, we keep doing that every 2 weeks, every month. I don't care, but we keep doing that just to keep the contact for people see we're still alive, we're doing stuff, and we can promote a bit, we can talk a bit, people can be in contact with us or what else, and I think it's quite nice and quite interesting. So let's do it. There is nothing more to do at all, and there is not so much places to run to. So that's it, and that's what we have. Thank you to everyone who was watching, and thanks to Josh as always, thanks to Don, and thanks to my bro Lyle for doing that.
Thanks so much for joining, guys. Yeah,
No worries. Have a good week.
we'll catch up with you guys soon.
Adios.
Good
Yeah, man.
night.
Bye bye.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.